Hey guys, kumusta? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hope you're all doing well and having a wonderful week so far. What's up, Facebook world? What's up, YouTube world? What's up, TikTok world? Kumusta? All right, notifying viewers that you were live. Brilliant. Yeah, really annoying that I still can't hook up, that I have to stream separately for TikTok and for all of these other platforms. And for tonight as well, it's a little bit annoying because I wanted to show everyone the yield curve. We had some questions recently in the comment section asking about Ophir Crypto's endowment function, how it works, how the yield curve works. And I was going to go through it very briefly, but unfortunately, I can't show it to you folks on TikTok because I can't share my screen from my phone. So that kind of sucks. So I hope that you guys are going to be able to follow along still. So what is the Ophir crypto endowment function? What's so special about it? It is the very first endowment cryptocurrency on the blockchain, along with our sister project, the Texan token. So we share the same smart contract. And what it means is, so typically when you stake your crypto, you stake your cryptocurrency and then you can earn interest off of your staked cryptocurrency. Well, part of the problem with that though is that number one, when you stake your cryptocurrency, you set that stake for a certain amount of time. Now you cannot touch your cryptocurrency throughout that period of time. You can't touch your principal, you can't touch your interest. You can't touch either. So that's problem number one. So it's kind of like a time deposit or certificate of deposit quite type of concept. But the issue is that you can't touch it. And Ophir Crypto solves that problem because what you can do using our smart contract is you can stake your cryptocurrency, and that stake crypto will generate interest according to a yield curve, which I'm going to show all of you guys in a moment. Well, I'll have to explain it to you guys on TikTok because I'm not going to be able to share my screen, unfortunately. But hey, KDM, how's it going? Hello. And what's up, everyone on TikTok? Freds, Blanky, Virgo, Menelin, Patrocianus. Whoa, wow. I can't pronounce that. That's a long one. So, hey, Nedi, kumusta? Good to see you. And Juju, kumusta? So, I was just explaining about the endowment function of Ophir Crypto. And typical staking means that you lock up your cryptocurrency, it earns interest, and you can't touch it for the entire time that you have your cryptocurrency staked. Whereas with Ophir Crypto and with Texan, the very first endowment smart contracts on the blockchain, while your cryptocurrency is staked and generating interest, you can withdraw your interest. You can actually, like we call it scrape. You can scrape your interest. And this, just so that it's clear, the interest that you receive is also in Ophir Crypto. So I'll show you guys the yield curve in a little bit. So that's number one, that you can actually withdraw your interest. But something that's extremely valuable as well is that this is what we call non-custodial staking. What that means is that when you stake your cryptocurrency, you're not actually giving over custodianship to a third party the way that it typically is when you stake. Because when you stake, normally you actually give up control of your crypto. And so it's up to the person. Oh, that's sweet of you, Jojo. Love you too, idol. So, uh, what do you call this? When you stake your cryptocurrency, you're actually giving over control of your cryptocurrency to a third party. And it's up to them if they want to give it back ultimately because they control the code. And so they can actually decide not to give you back your principal or not even to give you back your interest, or I sorry, not to give back your interest, or not to give you your interest, or not to give you back your principal, which is a problem. And this is one of the problems that Ophir Crypto solves. And this was inspired by the great Richard Hart with his cryptocurrency Hex, which also offers a form of non-custodial staking. So, hey, Pastor Ron, kumusta? Hey, Evelyn, blessed evening to you too. Thanks for checking in tonight. Shalom, shalom. And so, with Ophir Crypto, though, it's different because when you stake, you aren't actually giving up control over your crypto. It's true DeFi, so there's no counterparty risk. When you stake, you are actually dealing directly with the blockchain, and it's all done through code. You aren't actually passing on your crypto to a third party. So, ang dami rin kasing na scam. There's so many cases like Celsius, BlockFi, just a number, especially like staking protocols where you stake your crypto with them, and then eventually, for whatever reason, you don't get your principal back, or you don't get your interest. And so that was a major problem in crypto, and so that's one of the problems that Ophir Crypto solves. So the questions that we had regarding the yield curve, someone was asking if it's compounding and this and that, and so let me share my screen and show you guys just very basic math to show how the endowment function works and how the yield curve works. So let me just share screen here. Sorry na lang to you guys on TikTok that I can't share my screen with you guys. Let me see here. Oh, wow. How do I... here we go. Okay. So for anyone on TikTok who wants to follow, you can go to ophircrypto.com. Ophircrypto.com. Thanks for the follow, Susana. Really appreciate that. Nga pala, alam ko na paulit-ulit kong sinasabi, pero kung pwede kayong mag-follow sa TikTok, I would really appreciate it. I'm almost breaking 2,000 followers over there. I think there's 40-something more that I need. So yes, it's miles away from the millions upon millions of followers that many TikTokers have, particularly Filipino TikTokers. My gosh, grabe, ang dami ng mga followers nila. Proud na proud pa naman ako dun sa videos namin that received something like, we have a few videos that went semi-viral with a few 100,000 views, like 300,000, 400,000 views. Proud na proud ako dun. Pero as I'm looking around, my gosh, everyone and their grandmother has a TikTok video with hundreds of thousands of views. My gosh. So, hey, Sarah Lisa, musta? So, yun, I'm sharing my screen right now for those on Facebook and YouTube. Unfortunately, on TikTok, I can't share my screen. So, ipapaliwanag ko na lang. So, the yield curve. So, I'm on ophircrypto.com. You guys check it out. If you aren't already part of our community or following us on our socials, please do. It's Ophir Crypto across the board. Easy to find our stuff. So I'm on the Ophir Crypto website right now, and I'm going to click on Whitepaper. So you can get there either through here, through the About section, and there's the option to go to Whitepaper there, or just click on Whitepaper here in the middle. And I'm going to scroll down. So here's a description of Ophir. Inspired the land from which Solomon sourced the purest gold in the ancient world to build the Lord's temple. The Ophir cryptocurrency is a decentralized endowment token designed to unlock abundance and fuel generosity, empowering and resourcing grassroots churches and those advocating for the poor and the vulnerable across the Philippines and the world. So if you scroll down to the graphs, here we go. These two sections here. This is where it explains the yield curve. So for those of you following on TikTok, what I'm showing here is the 22-year yield curve. So the maximum staking length, the longest time that you can stake your Ophir crypto, is for 22 years. The reason we decided on 22 years is because we wanted this to be intergenerational. We wanted people to be thinking of future generations when they stake their Ophir. And what's wonderful about it, like I said, is that you can actually withdraw your interest. So this is the yield curve beginning year one all the way to year 22. if you see the curve, you can see that it's if you can see the bar graph, you can see that it's exponential. I'm explaining this for our viewers on TikTok. So it starts out with a base rate of 5%, then it goes up every year. Second year is 6%, third year is 8%, fourth year is whatever. It just continues to go up all the way up until the last year, 22 years. It goes up all the way to 230 something, 236%. And the total of that, if you keep your cryptocurrency staked for the entire 22 years and you do not scrape your interest, the average percentage, annual percentage that you will receive in Ophir crypto, average interest that you'll receive is 85.5%, somewhere thereabouts, 85, 86%. The total all throughout the 22 years is 1,887%. So crazy numbers, but that's how it's been designed. And the reason that we can guarantee that interest is because 96% of supply is locked in the smart contract. There's 100 trillion fixed supply, and 96 trillion of that is locked in the smart contract. 4% of that, or 4 trillion, is in circulation. The only way to access the 96 trillion is by staking the 4 trillion, is by staking the circulating supply. When you stake your circulating supply, doon nanggagaling sa 96 trillion yung interest. Kaya siguradong mabibigay namin yung interest na yan. So that's guaranteed. Because may pinanggagalingan eh. 'Di ba? It's actually locked in the smart contract. And so if you model it out, you're talking about literally, I don't know, 70, 100 years, something like that, before this 96 trillion actually gets like completely depleted. It's some crazy number like that. And so uh, so what you need to keep in mind about this is that when you withdraw your interest, the yield curve or the interest rate goes back down to the base rate of 5%. That's what you need to keep in mind. So, for example, if let's say you scrape your interest every single month, then ang makukuha mo na lang talaga is 5%. So, and how do you calculate that for your monthly interest? You just divide the 5% by 12, which would, I don't have a calculator here since my phone is being used. So, well, it's here though, actually, on the website. Sorry, TikTokers, I can't display this for you, but this is the daily rate here on the left hand side. So you have the annual rate. So for year 1, 5%, year 2, 6%, year 3, 8%. The daily rate for each of those years is simply the annual rate divided by 365.25. So it's down to the day. You can calculate your interest down to the day. And like I said, whenever you scrape, so if you're going to be scraping on a monthly basis, what happens is your interest rate is going to go back down to 5%. So for example, you wait 4 years before the first time that you scrape or you withdraw your interest. At the fourth year, interest will be 11%. So first year is 5%, second year is 6%. So you'll get 5% on your first year, you'll get 6% on your second year. So that means by your second year, that's 5% plus the 6%. And then it'll be 8% on your third year, so then plus 8%. And then 11% on your fourth year, so then plus 11%. And if you withdraw that interest, what happens is on the fifth year, you're back to 5% again. And then it starts over from 5%, 6%, 8%, 11%. So that's basically how it works. And we can show you here super basic sheet that I made so you can see what it looks like. So you have the years here laid out from year 1 to year 22. You have the percentages laid out as well, from 5%, 5% the first year, 6 second, 8 the third, so on till the 215 on the 21st year and 236% on the 22nd year. So what does that look like? If you have 1 million Ophir that you're staking, what does that look like over the course of 22 years? So you have one row here, I put down your principal, which remains the same, which is 1 million all throughout. And then the other row, I put down the interest. So on the first year at 5%, with a million staked, you would get 50,000 Ophir. On the second year, you would get 60,000 Ophir at 6%. On the third year, you would get 80,000 Ophir at 8%. And at the very bottom here, I just laid out cumulatively what that looks like. So with a million staked on your first year, the total that you would have would be 1,050,000 Ophir. On the second year, if you were to add in the 60,000 that you make, just add that to the principal plus the interest of the first year, you would get 1,110,000. And then by the third year, you would have 1,190,000. So on and so forth, all the way up until the very last year, where your 1 million Ophir would turn into over 19 million Ophir. So 1,000, tama ba to? Yeah. Okay, so when you scrape though, that's what you just need to keep in mind. So like if you were at your 8th year, for example, so you would now be at 33%. So that would mean that on your third year, you would be getting 300, your 1 million would generate 330,000 Ophir. Now, if I were to scrape that, withdraw all of that, and you can't just scrape in part, by the way, you have to scrape the entire amount. It's an all or nothing type of thing. So you scrape the full amount, and then what happens is the yield curve will reset. So ang mangyayari dito is from 33%, magiging 5% ulit ito. Ayan, 5, and then 6, and then 8. Once again. So it will restart from the beginning, from the base rate of 5%. Okay, what else is there to keep in mind? Some other things that I haven't really spoken about. This is a little bit advanced. So let's go back to the white paper over here. If you guys have any questions, by the way, please feel free to ask. So, hello, Eliza. Kumusta? Thanks for joining. What's up, Julie? And I'm sorry, Mr. Sahol. How do I pronounce this? JTG Bros. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for always checking in. By the way, I always see you, but I'm just, some people have strange, sort of like code names for their names, so I'm never sure how to pronounce those names. Hey guys. Hi, Blessy, Malu. So let's just go through a couple of things here in the white paper that that would be good to explain. So, okay, let's start from the top here. Let's see. Why the Ophir cryptocurrency? So our mission is towards unlocking abundance to fuel generosity. This is really to endow and to empower grassroots churches. It was created in partnership with GEM Effect, General Mariano Fellowship of Evangelical Churches, and the plan is to distribute this cryptocurrency rather to thousands of churches across not just the Philippines but across the world. And Okay, let's skip through all of this. What I wanted to show you guys was, so here, this is what I was explaining, reward scraping. The primary differentiator of the Ophir smart contract is a reward scraping function, which I just showed you guys, which enables the stakeholder to extract value earned from their principal at any time. So anytime they can scrape, or you can scrape your interest. There are primary economic opportunities in the Ophir crypto staker class. So when you stake, there are three ways that you can actually gain value. Number one is through the annual base rate of 5%. Number two is through the annual multiplier rewarding longer stakes. So as I was explaining, if you keep your crypto staked and you don't scrape over the course of 22 years, you will get all the way up to 1,800. Sorry, it's 1,881% of your principal. And then the third way that you can gain value is through standard market appreciation. Because remember, this interest that you're receiving is in Ophir. This is not in fiat value. Iba pa yun, yung value ng actual token ng Ophir crypto on the market. Supply and demand in the market will determine that. And of course, we're all hoping and we're all optimistic that the value of Ophir is actually going to go up. So that's the third way that the third economic opportunity, or the third way that someone can gain value through Ophir crypto. Note that it's deflationary. So how is it deflationary? It's deflationary because when you stake, you decide how long you want to stake for. So you can stake for a month, you can stake for the full 22 years, which is what we recommend. And if you or anyone decides to emergency unstake or early end stake, then there are penalties. So what I mean is, if you set your stake all the way up to, let's say, 10 years, but then on the fifth year, you decide that you want to unstake your principal. So you scrape your interest and then you decide you also want to unstake your principal. What will happen if you unstake? Then you will have penalties if you unstake before the time that you've set. And what are those penalties? So if you have not completed at least half of your term, so if we're talking 10 years here, if you unstake before the fifth year, anytime before the fifth year, then half of your Ophir crypto principal is going to be burnt out of supply. So if you have 1 million Ophir that is staked for 10 years, then on the fifth, before the fifth year, you decide, oh, I really need my Ophir for whatever reason, so I decide to unstake it. Your 1 million principal is going to be cut into half. So magiging 500,000 na lang siya. Yung 500,000 will be a penalty that is burnt out of supply completely. So what does that mean? That will deflate the cryptocurrency. So the 100 trillion supply is going to, the 100 trillion fixed supply is going to deflate because you have the 500,000 penalty that is going to be burnt out of supply. So it's deflationary. And so this next section just explains what I said. So if a staker decides to end their principal stake early and they have served under 50% of their staking period, they're penalized 50% of their principal stake and 100% of their rewards. That's why you always need to, if you're going to early end stake, you always need to withdraw your rewards first. Withdraw your interest first. Okay, of course, we highly recommend that you don't early end stake because that's the way that this is designed. That's precisely why we have the interest, the scraping function. Now, the other thing that I'd like to talk about for a second, which I haven't really spoken about very much, is this additional security feature. So let's go to security, transparency, and accountability. So what are the security features? So it's fully audited by Certic, the top blockchain auditing firm in the world. Team members are fully doxed. In other words, I am on the website. You have Doc Vince on the website. You have Matt Frazier on the website. You can look us up. Our LinkedIn profiles are there. Our Twitter profiles are there. Because one of the main security concerns with a lot of cryptocurrencies is that the founders and the team, they don't actually reveal who they are. So, kung if things go wrong or whatever, pwede silang wala, hindi mo sila pwede habulin, right? At the end of the day. So this is decentralized, though, meaning there is no legal entity. And hey, what's up, Zo? Kumusta? Tagal mo na naka-live. Ah. Araw-araw na ako, brother. I've gone straight for almost 13 days. I missed one day. I had a bit of an issue, minor emergency. So of course I mentioned that, and I didn't realize that it would cause quite a lot of people to freak out and get in touch. So nothing serious, everything's fine. But thank you to all those who checked up on me. And so uh, here, this one, variable function ensures that it is impossible to hack the tokens that are not circulating in supply. So this is actually a very important function that we don't talk about very often. But what this means is, let me stop sharing. How do I stop sharing? Let me see. Okay, I have the share screen button. I don't have the stop share screen. How do I stop this? Sandali lang guys. Rookie maneuvers. Okay, there's enter full screen here. Shouldn't it be, I just go back to where I was? That is not working. Okay, that kind of sucks. Just a second, guys. Let me sort this out. Let me see. Disable. Nope. Disable camera. No, that's not it. Extra camera, video storage, presentations. This is not giving me the ability to go back from my shared screen. What the heck? Okay, wait. Let me try this. Let's see if this works. Here we go. Okay, add source, blah, blah, blah. Settings. No. Sell naman. Chat, no. Here we go. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do, but it's better than what it was a while ago. Here we go. Boom. All right, got it. Sorry, folks on TikTok. You have no idea what I was talking about, but I couldn't unshare my screen for those watching on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. So the variable function is actually very interesting and a very powerful security feature that Ophir Crypto has, because as I was explaining earlier on, you have 96 trillion, you have 100 trillion max supply, and 96 trillion of that is locked in the smart contract. And when I say locked in the smart contract, it's not actually minted. This is not pre-minted. So what does that mean? There isn't an origin address that holds these 96 trillion tokens, which can be hacked. So that's really critical. So that means it's extremely secure. The tokens, the 96 trillion, are kept track of by what we call a variable function. And so when you stake your cryptocurrency, this variable function, it essentially keeps track of the interest that you're earning over time. And it's only when you withdraw your interest that the tokens are actually minted, or the cryptocurrency is actually minted. So that's a very interesting and powerful security feature that we have as part of Ophir Crypto, and that as part of the Texan token as well. So once again, guys, if you haven't already started following us, if you haven't joined our community, please do. We'd love to have you on board. If you haven't gotten into crypto yet, this is the first time you're hearing about cryptocurrency and uh, smart contracts and the blockchain and all of that. Uh, what I would say is that this is the best time to be coming in, because crypto happens in cycles. You have bull markets and bear markets, and it's typically 4-year cycles that these bull and bear runs occur in. And right now we are about to enter another major bull run. So these major bull runs typically coincide with what they call the Bitcoin halvening. So I won't go into the details about that, but basically what happens is that Bitcoin becomes more scarce, and so Bitcoin actually, it tends to increase in value substantially every 4 years. And so everything in the market, because Bitcoin is the most liquid and the most popular cryptocurrency out there, everything in the market tends to follow. When Bitcoin goes up, usually you have what you call Bitcoin season, where you have Bitcoin going up massively. Then you have altcoin season, which is altcoins or any cryptocurrency besides Bitcoin, essentially. So Ethereum and uh, whatever, all of the other cryptocurrencies that you can think of. And so now is the best time to learn. Now is the best time to get involved. You have all of the central banking digital currencies that are about to roll out their cryptos. So that means every single country is essentially going to be using cryptocurrency for their cash. Now that's a whole another thing that we're going to talk about at some point, because I have very, very deep seated concerns about the central banking digital currencies. But what that means, though, is that cryptocurrency is going to be going mainstream. It's absolutely going to be going mainstream. Hey, Roy, what's up? What's up? Good to see you, man. Thanks for checking in. And so you have, hold on a sec. What happened to my chat? Whoa, accidentally shut it. Okay. Anyways, so where was I? Mass adoption is about to happen. So Bitcoin right now is starting to shoot up again. And that's the main reason for that, I believe, is because institutional investment is coming in to the space. And this is the first time that that is happening. So you have the central banking digital currencies that are being rolled out, and that is going to bring crypto into the mainstream. You have institutional investment coming in now to the space. And so that's all about to happen in the coming, in the next couple of years. So Bitcoin halving is happening in April, and from there onwards, we are going to see the mother of all bull runs, I believe. So now is the best time to learn. And if you guys have any questions, I mean, we would love to help you along on your journey. So get in touch, join our Telegram group. Just look for Ophir Crypto, or follow us on Facebook, message us on Facebook. We're happy to answer any questions that you guys have. And particularly, if you have churches that you know that would be interested in becoming beneficiaries and recipients of Ophir Crypto, then please do reach out, because we're always looking for more churches. Right now, we have about 150 or so that are going to be graduating, meaning they're going to be gifted with staked Ophir Crypto. These churches are mainly from the Philippines, but we also have churches that we're speaking with now from Africa, so Nigeria specifically, but Italy as well, and the States as well. So very exciting times. If you guys know any churches, please do reach out. And so where was I? But yeah, join our socials, get in touch. Now is the best time to get into crypto. I guarantee you guys. And what's so wonderful also about this community, if you've been in crypto for a little while and you've joined a lot of Telegram chat groups, you'll see that the culture in a lot of these types of groups is very different from the culture that we have here at Ophir Crypto, because the vast majority of those who are in our groups are actually from churches, or they're missionaries, or they're serving in uh, remote areas, just people with a real heart to serve others. And so you'll see that it's not a cutthroat dog eat dog kind of culture. In fact, one of the principles that we espouse is really that is having an abundance mindset. So not having a scarcity mindset where people believe that in order for one person to win, other people have to lose. We firmly believe that we can all win together. That's something that we're very passionate about. So we invite you to join us. Join us on Facebook, Telegram. We'll be more than happy to give you whatever support we can. So, may mga churches po ako connection from Visayas and Mindanao. Pwede po ba sila mag-join ng Ophir? Yes, 100%. Please connect them to us. We will be more than happy to serve them and to onboard them. All that we ask for is their time. We don't ask for any investment or anything at all. We just ask for their time, that they would actually learn about crypto. So we have like the basics of crypto. They have to go through that, and then they have to go through, of course, how to actually use Ophir crypto. But we've really shortened the education process as well. And yun nga, ang mga binibigyan talaga namin dito is mga churches na yun, mga taga-probinsya, like grassroots. That's really our heart, to be able to give this to grassroots churches. So, hey Nasos, kumusta? Thanks also for being so regular. Thank you very much, brother. Much appreciated. Ay, brother, sister pala. Sorry, yung picture po ninyo dito is, yeah, Nasus brother or sister, I'm not sure. I think sister sa picture. So, anyways, what was I saying? Where was I? That yes, Mindanao, doesn't matter where the churches are from. We would love to take anyone on board. And I was just saying that we've shortened the education process just to make sure that we're really able to. Kasi syempre, a lot of these folks from more remote areas and stuff they're not that tech savvy, and so ang nakaka-excite is meron talaga kaming, we have so many pastors, pastoras, people who are, they're seniors already, and yet they're able to learn how to use the MetaMask wallet, how to stake their Ophir, how to scrape, all of these things. And what we've realized though is that we just really need to keep things as concise as possible and just teach them the very basics. And then if they want to learn more, then they can study more. And we allow for that as well. We have an academy that we've built, Ophir Academy, and our intention is to be constantly adding new material there and bringing in experts and teachers who can impart this knowledge. We've already struck up a partnership with Altash University. Altash University is based in Chicago, and they are an exponential technology university. So, ang primary focus nila is blockchain, but they also teach about artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, Web3, all of those types of things. So, education is a very, very important component of what we do. All right, guys. So that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you. Unless you guys have any questions, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I'm all yours. I'm more than happy to answer. Or you can, like I said, just get in touch with our team through. Um, oh, that's what I forgot. No wonder. Sobrang tahimik ngayon. Kaya Definitely. I forgot the background music. Well, that's okay. It's a bit more somber this evening, but that's fine. So, to those of you who are still here, thank you very much for, a number of you guys have been such consistent supporters, and I really appreciate it. These sessions are more like, they're a combination of course, I want to serve the community in whatever way that I can, but it's also very therapeutic just being able to get on here on a regular basis and just stream of thought, talk, and kind of let loose. And so I really appreciate that you guys are supporting. Please continue to pray for us. There is so much that we want to accomplish. There is so much that we believe Ophir Crypto is going to deliver to these churches. We believe that Ophir is really going to make a world of difference. And what's so amazing is that it's permanent on the blockchain. This is something that we have let loose into the wild, so to speak. It is absolutely immutable. The code is unchangeable. It cannot be taken down. So it doesn't matter what happens to me, to anyone on the team. It is completely decentralized in that sense. It's running on Pulse Chain, which is also a very decentralized protocol. So we are very, very excited about what's happening with Ophir, and we have more and more churches every day that are approaching us to become beneficiaries. So that's all from me this evening, guys. Thank you so much once again for all the support, for all the prayers, for constantly checking in and being here for these streams. I will see you guys all very soon. Once again, most likely tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, this is our 13th day. Let's see how long we can keep this going for. It's an absolute pleasure and joy being able to do this for you guys. All right. Take care, you guys. For God's glory, FGG. Peace out.